Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm going to do a tour and get another video up about my goals to do with embellishment. But one of those, because it is in line with this, is a really big goal this year for me, is all the little things. I kind of talked about this in my video when I did my face-to-face, but all the things that I have and I look at and like, oh, this would make such a fun layout or a fun idea. My goal is to do that. And one of those things was all of these fun little stickers you see here were on this Dear Lizzie sticker sheet, which is pretty old. I mean, this is what, 3 years ago, I think. And I have been looking at this strip. They were on there for the longest time, thinking I need to use those, line them up, and make a fun layout with it. So I had an opportunity to do a layout, and I did it. In the back of my mind, I started to create this thinking it needs a vertical element, and bam! I went to an old used up, and look, I'm almost done with this one now. An old used up sheet and did it. So that is one of my main goals. And then another thing that I now plan to do is, because the sticker sheet is almost done, I am going to get this used up so I can get this thrown away. So that is definitely one of my major goals this year, is to use up kind of the older stuff that is just been hanging out of my stash and needs to get used up. So with that said, let me move you on to the rest of my embellishment and goals for that. Okay everyone, so let's go into my embellishing and my plans for that. So here first is kind of an overview of basically what we're going to be looking at. And I will start with what's on the top of his bed. So this is the bed frame that I was talking about. Remember, my scraps are in these two bottom drawers there. There's still nothing in that one, but I have it available now, so that's way more helpful. So here is my die cutting machine. It is a portrait, so it doesn't cut full 12 by 12, but totally fine, doesn't matter. I have a current project normally sitting here, especially a stitching one, so I can go to and from and work with it when I need to, but then I can get other things done as well. So that just kind of sits there, and then when I need to use it, I can pull it out and use everything back when I need to. And then, so back here, I've just got layouts that need journaling and need to be put away. So they're in those two piles there. And then I have back here, and I have everything back here because I don't have to reach to them all the time. So I have 30 days of sketches that I'm working with, a blank one to use for another project that's coming up, and September layouts. And then in the front, which is what I do get to a lot, I have everything kind of organized. So here are my thickers. They all fit in this nice little bag right here. I have them organized by kind of colored tone. So there's gold up front, and then the more like wood grains, and then black, and then pink and blue, and it goes back to multicolors in the back, along with a little bit of red that I have for Christmas and such. So they all fit in there. And one of my big goals is to definitely get, I love thickers, especially the word ones. But I want to get through the ones that are like almost done anyways and do that. So you can see how much I have there. You'd say I have like, I don't know, 50 or so. My goal is to get through half of that. If I could, by the end of the year, be through half that, if not more, I will be so happy. So yep, half of this I would like to be gone by the end of my scrapping freeze. And then I have here, it's just my stickers there, so that works. And then my 12 by 12 are just behind me on my desk up on the wall. I've got like I'll show you that in a minute and we'll go through that. But so I do have this as well, and again, my goal is just to get through as much of it as I possibly can, and I probably have 20 sticker sheets here, so I want to get through 12 of them. That's my goal for that. An empty box to use, so when I can figure out what I want to do, I'll be able to go ahead and do that. Here is where I'm starting to store the stuff that I'm going to be giving away at the end of the year once I get to that. So I've already got some stuff in there, but this is just my, oh, I do not need this, I'm not going to use it. Let's go ahead and have a place for it. So this is what that basket's going to be for. And then I hope this fan isn't being too loud for you, as it's a little bit warm in this up here. But these two are just the ones you get from Michael's that store all of your lovely embellishments. Now I have mine sorted by color, and they are all at least half full. So my goal for this, and just the top one here is, they're non-Christmas themed, they're just kind of random. So here's like my rainbow one. I want to be able to condense these and definitely be, by the end of the year, I say I want to have 5 empty containers. So that's a lot of getting a lot of embellishing done. So that is my goal, is to go ahead and do that. And I might rethink how I store this, because I don't come here to use my embellishing very often, so that's a problem. I need to find a better storage solution for that, because this isn't working. And then below it is my Christmas one, and I don't really worry about my Christmas stuff because I use it every single year, but I definitely want to use it, and as I get into my December daily, I'll go through that one and come up with some goals for that one as well. And then I have my Raskog and my sewing machine and my mixed media station. So mixed media wise, I don't have a ton. I've got like, I don't know, 30 mists, maybe a few shimmer, like dazzler stuff. I actually guarantee you that most of those are probably no good. So maybe that should be a goal, is to go through my stuff, see what's worth keeping and whatnot. But I'm not worried about any of that, because especially my mists, I use them when I can, and that's no big deal there. And then I just have my watercolors and my Vicky Wooten colors as well. So that's just kind of where I put my mixed media stuff there, and we will talk about that lovely basket in the next episode. But for my embellishing, so my top one here, it's just the random packs of embellishing that I managed to get into bowls, and there's tons of stuff all over the place. So, oh, another empty bowl. So I have some room, but I also have a lot of packages that I could open. Yeah, it's bad. So one thing for sure is I want to get these numbers used up. They are from the C'est La Vie collection from forever ago, and I want to get that used. I'm just going to shut this fan off. I want to get that used up for sure. So that's definitely one goal. Underneath that is some animals. We go to the zoo. I'm not too worried about those. I will get them used up when I can, but they are under there, so it'd be nice to get those used up. And then I have, because I'm now back on the Spiegel and Scraps design team, I've got the sequins that I need to use for September here. They're so pretty. And then once the month is done and I get the new ones, I will transfer these into where my other sequins are. So they're just part of my stash. But I want to get through this entire little bowl. I'm going to put this on my desk, and I'm going to use all these little bits and pieces. And I am giving myself until January. Maybe not even then. I'll give myself to January. Whatever is left in this bowl is going in a bag, and either, depending on what it is, if it's worth going into the basket for others to use, it will. Otherwise, it's going in the trash. So there's kind of that. But yeah, I just want to get used up and then organize this into this system, so that by the end of the year, when I decide how I want to reorganize it as a whole, everything will be in there. So hopefully this whole top thing, minus my sequins, will be completely empty, minus maybe a few certain things, and that'll be a really great way to get through a bunch of stuff. And then moving on down, I have again, it's not organized at all. I mean, I've kind of separated a few things because I started to try to reorganize my bin next door, but it didn't work. And then some packages of stuff and my summer stuff, and oh my gosh, I just have so many embellishments and I need to use them. So there's that. And then the bottom one, not something I worry about either, because it's where I store my stitching. thread, my embroidery thread, and then my letters that I use to make the words when I'm stitching, they're all there. And then behind that is some letters. I also have a bin somewhere with numbers that goes here. I just have no idea where it is. So, and then of course my cleaning wipes from my mat. So that is not something I'm worried about. I will get through my thread, no worries there. And the letters, I keep them because I reuse them as stitching formats instead of other things. So that is what lives there, and not too worried about getting that used up. There is, however, one more thing that I do plan on trying to work through, and that is, I'm just gonna grab it here so you don't have to see how messy my desk is. This lovely pink little container I got from Michael's. It currently has just like clips, paper clips, a few, oh, you know what you call those, flare, and then like in this one and in this one. It has stuff that I want to use for my traveler's notebooks, so I need to find a way to organize those, get them separated into the traveler's notebooks I want to use them for, and then get them used. And then I've got chipboard or wood veneer. So I like having this at my desk because I look at it and then I try to look at it and use it. So I love having it there, but I definitely need to reorganize it a little bit and then utilize it. I have a lot of wood veneer that would be lovely to get used up. So if I can condense these two into one, that would be a fabulous goal for me. So there you have it, guys. That is my embellishing center and what I do. If you compare my stuff to others, you will notice I may not have as much as other people. I'm a bit of a minimalist when it comes to, I don't like stuff. I am a big purger, and it's the way my house is too. I go through phases where I'm just done and things need to get out. So to me, this is a lot of stuff for me and it's overwhelming. So while you may be looking at it and laughing, thinking like, that's not a lot, to me it's a ton. So just remember as you're going through it, you do what works for you and stay within your comfort zone. And I always say this, but it's the beautiness or the beautifulness of our, or the beauty of our hobby is we all get to do it and be creative how we want to. It does not matter what any of us do. It's what works best for you. So please always remember that. Don't compare yourself and your stash and your whatever to anyone else. You make it your happy space and create and have fun. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.